Gwen and I'm back with another scrapbooking process video. Today's share is episode 8 in the Maggie Holmes Monday series that I'm doing. And today I'm working with not one, not two, but 3 packets of puffy stickers from the Sunny Days collection. Oh dear. I've got these photos that I'm working with and this cut file from Cut to You called Summer Days. Now, if you're new to Maggie Holmes Monday, it's where we stash bust our Maggie supplies. And last year I was doing this with the lovely Sarah Scraps. She's tagged out, but good news, Belinda Jane has tagged in. So she's going to be joining me this year. I'll leave a link to her channel below. And I've challenged myself to use lots of elements from the collection, including these clear stickers. So I do struggle a little bit with these because anytime you put a clear sticker over a pattern paper, you kind of lose the look of the sticker. So my workaround for that is to add them onto some white reflex paper, so just the standard paper that you would have in your printer. So I just stick them onto that and then fussy cut them out. And that kind of turns them into almost a die cut, a shiny, clear die cut. So there's that. And here is the design for the page. So I'm going to go with title at the top, and then my 2 photos towards the left, and some more of the bulk of the embellishments, sort of that side there where I'm fussing with a flower. And then I will balance things out a little by placing some items on the right. I'm also really keen to use some of the acetate pieces in this collection. There are some really lovely ones, including that circle element there. And it kind of comes back to the clear sticker thing again, in that when you place anything like that over the top of a print, over the top of a pattern paper, anything, it changes the look of the acetate piece. So I thought it would be wise to use one now because my background's very neutral. See that it's like a ledger paper almost, but it's super light in color. And yeah, when you place the acetate over the top, you can still see the pretty design, and I love how it looks there. Kind of joins the pattern paper on the left, it helps with the flow to the pattern paper on the right. Now, I am also going to be adding in some paper layers here, and to do that, I'm actually using some of the larger die cut pieces from the ephemera pack. So Maggie is sort of getting, actually not just Maggie, American Crafts for me seem to be moving towards larger die cut pieces in their die cut packs. So I do struggle a little bit sometimes to use those. Oh, and the struggle is real. There we go. Oh, getting that film off of some of these pieces is a bit tricky. So as I was saying, I like to use those larger die cut pieces in my paper layers. So that's a really good way to do that. And if you trim them like I did with the blue one there on the left, you can get 2 for 1. Speaking of 2 for 1, I am going to, in a moment here, trim off a little tiny piece of the edge of that acetate piece. Now what I want to do is trim it so that it's just enough to poke underneath my pattern paper, so no one will know that that bit's missing. And then the bit that I've trimmed, I'm going to place on the left there, and it kind of gives the look again that I've got either 2 die cut pieces, or it just stretches it just that little bit further. And I find that gives the page a little bit more consistency. Whenever I have a really striking element on a page, if I can work it to be cut like that, I find it does help the page sort of feel more together. Yeah, so okay, here we go. I had to use some of these puffy stickers. Yeah, I've no idea how I ended up with 3 packets. I really don't. I must really love them. And every time I've seen them at Spotlight, gone, oh, puffy stickers, and then bought said puffy stickers. And yes, now I have 3 whole packs. So yeah, there's a few that end up on this page. The title, Sweet, at the top, that's from that same set. Quite a few of the hearts, and a butterfly as well later on. Unfortunately, the birdie doesn't make it. She's just a bit big for that top left-hand corner. And yeah, but that's good. We'll get there slowly. They're pretty generic, and I think that's why I've bought a few of them, because they are, you know, the colors in them are mostly black and white and colors that I would use in my normal kind of scrapbooking. So I'm not concerned. I will use them up eventually. Yes, now here I'm showing you how I'm pretty keen on getting this centered on the page, but I was struggling a little bit because the center of the die cut title there is not where the yellow meets the pink. So you'll see the yellow has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 letters, but the pink's only 4 letters. So it was kind of throwing me a little bit, because I think my eye was being tricked to thinking that the center was the days, whereas center is actually where the E and the R join in summer. So yeah, yeah, that's how it goes around here. So I was just making really sure that it was centered. I wanted it to be centered, and I think that's best for the way that the page is going. Oh yes, I do use these again from that puffy sticker sheet set, the XOXO. I do end up adding those as well. And oh yeah, there's another little summer vibes title as well. So there's yeah, quite a few pieces that end up on this layout. I didn't mention before that this is actually the very first layout that I've made with this collection. I had not used any of it before at all. Sorry, there was a couple of, I think there was a couple of puffy stickers from one of those puffy sticker packs that I had added onto one of the other Maggie Holmes stash busting videos. So actually, while I mentioned that, if you haven't seen the previous ones, I will leave a little link in a card up above here for you. And yeah, I love this line. It is so nice. The colors are really bright and fun. There's yellow in it, and I love scrapbooking with yellow, and there's not a lot of collections that have yellow in them. So I really loved working with this one, so much so that the very next share, so the episode 9 of Maggie Holmes Monday, will be using this collection as well. So I thought it'd be fun while it was still out on my desk to whip up an extra page. So you'll be seeing that very soon. So now that all of my large elements are locked into position and I have a real plan for the page, I am moving my focus to the embellishment clusters. And I'm thinking about how I'm going to draw the eye around the page. What is going to be my visual triangle, rule of threes? Where is this all going? And I essentially end up on leading the eye kind of in an S shape. So it will start at the title at the top. There'll be a large embellishment cluster on the left of the bottom photo right there where I'm working. And then there'll be a smaller embellishment cluster on the right of that bottom, sorry, not right, on the left of that bottom photo. So yeah, so it'll be a bit of an S shape working down the page. And I'm really just mixing up lots of different embellishments. So I'm looking at chipboard pieces, I'm looking at stickers and little title, sort of typed sentiment, little stickers like that one there. And I'm just mixing and matching and auditioning everything in all the places until I'm happy. So it's a balance of, for me, it's a balance of textures and interest in the shapes that I'm creating, and yeah, just little sentiments and bits and pieces that support the story in my photo. So it's all coming together now. I'm really happy with where everything is positioned, and it's time to lock everything down. I am using my Scotch Quick Dry adhesive. I am still using the Nouveau Deluxe adhesive as well. I'm kind of mixing and matching. So if you haven't seen my review on those glues, I will leave that above in a card as well. So be sure to check that all out. Now I am going and adding a little bit of a liquid adhesive behind everything, every puffy sticker, every embellishment. I live in Queensland, for those of you who don't know, and just as an example, today is 31 degrees, so that is about, I think, 88 Fahrenheit, so it is hot, and it's really also like a very humid heat here, so I get a few issues with elements not sticking to my page. The glue just dries out and then they end up falling off. So I am very, very careful to add a liquid adhesive to make sure that everything is super stuck down as I finish up the pages. You know, goodness knows it takes me so long to decide where embellishments go the first time. The thought of having to go through albums and pages reattaching elements is, yeah, not very appealing to me at all. Now, as I finish up, I did just want to mention, if you have any questions at all about the layout that I created today, my Maggie Holmes stash, or any of the products that I'm using on my pages, feel free to leave me a comment below. I do work really hard to reply to everybody, so yeah, let me know. And if you like the way that I scrapbook, or the way that I chat about the way that I scrapbook, be sure to subscribe to the channel. You just click that big red button below there, and that way you will see whenever I release a new video. And there's lots coming in 2021 for sure. Also too, be sure to pop by Belinda Jane's channel. So she is joining me for Maggie Holmes Monday this year, and she's a beautiful scrapbooker. I know that you'll love her pages as well. So yeah, thank you so much for joining me today, my creative friends, and I will see you in the next video. Bye!